Are you looking for a bakkie? Cars.co.za.
Die in de sneak nie.
Cars.co.za. You looking for a transie? Cars.co.za. This one is so fancy. Cars.co.za. Minibus or just a mini, a Cusheshe or a G-string. That's a E463 series. All you got to do is type Cars.co.za. 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 Let's find what moves you. Cars.co.za. Cars.co.za.
Sanmonani Dumelang house it, Kina Jacob Mushukwa at a very secret location all the way in KZN. You'll never know where I am, but you'll know about the cars that are here. Starting to my left, R34, V-Spec 2. Here, even more rarer than you get them. This is the NUR. Just to put it into perspective when it comes to price, you can buy two Ferrari 458. That's the value. Or you can buy one 458 and then one of those. And then here, you've got the bad boy that your mother always warned you about in high school. Look at this race car pedigree. This was the wild card at the Knysna Simola Hillclimb in 2024. It was also the wild card at the Festival of Motoring at Kyalami Grand Prix circuit. So just to put it all together, there's one crazy man who did all of this, and I think he should come explain himself. Vimal.
Welcome, my brother, welcome. I think the secret location's kind of given away with Rospa Imports on the wall. But anyway, welcome, guys.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Let's start from the beginning. What would you like to know?
Who are you and why did you do this?
I am a typical car fanatic Indian from Durban that just totally is obsessed with cars.
Yeah? So tell me something. Let's start this part from the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. A Skyline is a Skyline. I mean, in the early 90s, mid 90s, a lot of people were driving Skylines. But what makes GT-Rs so special?
A Skyline isn't a Skyline till it's one like the one you saw in Fast and Furious.
There we go. Right? There we go.
This is the first car that actually started Rospa Imports.
Oh,
so it was brought in for a customer. It was sold to Des Goodsight, and I bought it back many years later and created the monster you see. So lots and lots of heritage behind this particular car.
Got you.
So the value to me is there is no number.
Yeah, you can't put a number.
You can't put a number on that. But definitely, this car as it stands is probably worth 4 or 5 million.
Why did you think that it's important for you to make this monster and then take it to something like the Simola Hillclimb?
The honest truth, I just wanted to create the monster. And then when I created the monster, I realized, you know what, maybe we can go racing. So I called the mad scientist, Steve Clark. I said, sir, what's your thoughts about doing Simola Hillclimb? And he was like, yeah, okay. You know Steve Clark, right? Doesn't say much. And then I said, what do you think our chances are of winning? He says, pretty good. Right? So I'm like, okay, are we doing this? And he says, yeah, let's do it. So we managed to get an entry, a late entry. We were not prepared for Simola. I think maybe Steve was, but my team, my sons and my friends, we said we're just going to go to Simola, have a good weekend, see some lacquer cars.
Have fun.
And have fun.
Yeah.
Steve says, I'm going to finish in the top 10. I'm like, huh? I mean, we came here just to have some fun. I came to win the class, obviously, in terms of modified street class, but never in my mind
did you think top 10?
Top 10, And then he did it. Placed 7th.
Shout out. Shout out,
7th
Steve.
with semi-slicks, no tire warmers, full car, full interior. As you see it, basically we raced the car.
So here we go. It is the modified saloon cars. Steve Clark going to be first out on the track. I haven't seen Franca Di Matteo. I thought he would be first. This is what it's about. You're looking for the top 3, the modified saloon cars. Steve Clark in his best time throughout the whole weekend of 42.9. Whoa, that is going proper sideways. 42.8.
Please tell me you're going to take me for a ride in this.
Are you sure? Did you carry a spare set of shorts? I want the camera on his face for the first pull, right?
I wonder what it feels
driven
like.
many cars. I saw that lacquer review you did in that Mustang with a BMW V8 in it.
Oh, yes, yes. I've been very fortunate.
Let me show you what a fast car is.
Uh-oh, this is going to be interesting.
I'm Steve Clark. We're at Desi Raceway in Port Shepstone. We build a lot of mainly Japanese high-performance cars, more on the older stuff, GT-Rs, Evos, that kind of thing. So that car Himmel brought to me in a pretty standard form, and we had big plans. Obviously, it's quite nice to have somebody, a customer that listens and is prepared to take it to the phase that we have actually taken it to. Being a straight 6 is quite special, and the RBs, race breed, that was Nissan built that, as a race motor, and they're awesome. They sound so nice, they make power so easily, they rev, they do everything well. The blocks are terribly weak, so you'll get to around 650, maybe 700 horsepower and run into a problem with the blocks. And as they get older and older, they get worse and worse. Apart from that, the oiling has always been a bit of a problem with those motors, but it's easily taken care of. The R34 got a very strong gearbox, but they don't like to shift very quickly, so they have synchro issues. But other than that, they hold the power well. But on this car, we opted to go for Hollinger sequential because, that just takes it to the next level for racing. Suspension, we've got adjustable arms, pickup points are in the same place. It is a bit of a problem, when you drop the car, roll centers all go crazy, but it got a decent set of Gecko Racing shocks in it. Adjustable arms, we've stiffened it up a bit, and other than that, pretty standard. It's great fun to drive. It doesn't always behave. Unfortunately, it's quite a heavy car, a lot of horsepower, so you got to have a trade-off on the handling. If you make it so that it turns very nicely, then it's just too nervous and you can't put the power down. For a car its size and weight, it's very good. It could always be better.
Let's find what moves you. Cars.co.za